Welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 126, recorded on October 5th, 2013. I am your host, Cider. Hello! How are you fine gents and ladies today?
It is a magical day.
It is Chef Sandy, my co-host of several years.
Yep, there's no getting rid of me.
There's no getting rid of the show either.
The ride doesn't end.
Sure don't. We're still doing this. Even through these periods of time. Sandy, I could really use some new episodes of My Little Pony. I don't know.
I know.
Oh, God.
I think I saw something where it's like 50 days till new horse.
Oh, man. It's rough going through these, like, these days. These days leading up to it where it's just like, what's going on? 8 levels of don't know. Anyway, we got a guest this week.
Yep.
We pulled
emergency backup guest.
Yeah, Sandy's had a busy week, so hasn't been able to guest poke as much. Things have been
just so busy lately, and online horse shenanigans, and you've got real life horse shenanigans to worry about.
Yes. So we have Tech Fact from Derpy Hooves again.
Hello.
Yay. She's on to talk about, stuff with us, I guess. And since we don't really have a topic, we may even take go off of more questions. If you guys want to do call-ins, I don't know. We're just going to open this up and just kind of freeform this show a little bit. Just so everyone out there, unfortunately, the tabletop had to be canceled today. We will do it in 2 weeks' time, so that is the 19th. Reason being, Pixel Kitties is sick. And we don't want to go without our wonderful Pixel Kitties. We also need unicorns to help us in that game because unicorns are mean. So, so here we are. We're here once again. We're going to do a show, talk what little we can, and then we'll take some of your questions. So that'll be fun. Anyway, Tech, we've got you on again. You are a returning champion, but we must always ask the question, favorite character and favorite episode.
Let's go with Scootaloo and the journalism episode with the Pony Food Press. I just rewatched that this week, and it's so painful because that's exactly how journalism is sometimes.
Just go get me things, get me pictures of Spider-Man.
I don't care if it, hurts people. Go out and get me some pictures of Spider-Man, and then everybody in Ponyville hates you.
Is this how it really is? Have you lost friendships?
I've had certain groups not be very happy with me, but, if you're usually calling someone out, then not really people you want to be friends with in the first place, but doing what the CMC did was something completely different.
Yeah. All right, cool. And Scootaloo is a very, very good choice. Going with the CMC. All right, we have a episode in front of us. We've got news, we've got emails, we've got all the stuff you expect on this show. But first off, before we do anything, we must talk about our lovely sponsor, Sandy.
First off, we have We Love Fine. Use our coupon code Bronyville10 to get 10% off your order. And what have they added this week? Well, they have Catbug, Plush, and Knitcraft.
Catbug is great.
Because Bravest Warriors is pretty cute. They have a bunch of Halloween stuff, which is not pony related at all. In fact, they've really kind of slowed down on the pony stuff in general, which is kind of disappointing. But given the fact that we are in the tail end of the long ponyless summer, it's kind of to be expected.
Yeah, and they
have some cool, like, Marvel and X-Men and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Power Rangers shirts.
Oh, they got work shirts. These are pretty cool. I like a nice button down that's a little geeky.
Yeah, actually, they do have a.
They have a Mail Mayor Derp shirt.
Mail Mayor work shirt. Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty sweet.
Yep. So you can work for the Equestria Postal Service.
Equestria Ponyville Par-Avon.
Airmail, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Work shirts, and you can get that all sorts of types. Let's see what we got on this. We've got Jawa junk removal shirts all over the place. We love Fine. We love them. Bronyville 10 gets you 10% off the purchase because we promote that will take care of most shipping. because we promote shipping over here on the show.
Yep. How dangerous is that?
I know. All right. What's that con you're doing, Sandy, again?
Something called Nightmare Nights Dallas.
No, okay. How's that going?
Pretty good, actually.
Cool.
By the time this has gone out, we'll have sent off the con books to be printed, hopefully. We'll have done the 30 days out, half up front of all the appearance fees. We already got all the airfare paid for. Now it's just a matter of getting the rest of the bits to pay it all off.
Yep.
Got 33 days as of this recording, so 28 by the time people hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Our pre-registration goes up $10 in 2 weeks on the 16th, which is actually a Wednesday. And our room block, which we're very close to hitting the number on, is can close after the 17th, though we have a deal with the hotel that room block doesn't actually close until there's 2 consecutive days without a booking, and given that close to the event, that's probably not going to happen. Still, if you have yet to book your rooms, you should do it.
Any chance that with that particular hotel it will sell out? I know that you've already sold out of some of the rooms, but now it's the doubles, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much down to 2 double beds or 2 twin beds. I'm not sure how they're classified size-wise. A lot of our I think pretty much all the single kings and a good chunk of the suites are all taken at this point, which is good. That makes the hotel happy. So our cosplay contest stuff just got posted to the site, nightmarenights.net. Cosplay signups are available, and we'll have our schedule finished by Monday. And we'll have that up on the net too, so everybody can be like, "Oh my goodness!" Oh, and we also have our musicians, our list of musicians.
And who would that be at this point?
Let me have to pull it up in the Skype group.
I will say that I've been watching the price trend for the flights, and the flights are actually getting better and better in price, it seems. I can get a round trip for using Virgin America, which if you have never flown Virgin, awesome!
Virgin is awesome.
Oh, so cool. It's like party bus flight.
Yep. So we have our 4 DJs for Saturday night. It's One Trick, DJ Nocte, Mushrushi, and DJ Wolf. They are all coming to perform, and we'll be putting on at least probably 4 hours of music on Saturday night. And our live music, we have Emily Jones, our super secret guest, and Wallpapers. And that's on Friday night. So we'll have live music Friday and a big old dance on Saturday.
Awesome. Do it. Do it to it. Sounds good. All right. Just to give an update on, let's see. Also, let me go ahead and make sure that we list this because they are our new sponsor, and we need to add them to the doc as well. Our good friend over at BabsCon. BabsCon is that convention coming up in the San Francisco Bay Area on April 18th to 20th, 2014 at the SFO Hyatt Regency in Burlingame, south of San Francisco. And they've already announced their first guest, which would be G.M. Barrow, our writer person of some of the stories that have come out, some of the published works for My Little Pony. She will be there. As well as they've been teasing something about Nightmare Night announcement. Something around Nightmare Night. Something themed to that. It seems like it might be a guest something Nightmare Night. So yeah, they've got some stuff planned. As I said, April 18th to 20th. You can find that at babscon.com. And remember, again, Bronyville 10 gets you 10% off your registration for BabsCon. Awesome. And
the more you know.
One last update for just to give everyone an update over at devscruff.com. Stuff is moving along and we are working on that. I know that there was someone in the chat last week that was like, hey, I'm interested. What's the minimum to invest? What if you wanted to help out? By the way, we're working on a product. Product name is changing. It may not be Senyo anymore. But it is a digital online audio recorder so that you can collaborate audio across the internet no matter what and retain high quality audio. Even I spend so much money trying to make our audio sound good. I want it to be just as simple with you without having to buy all of these all this gear to do it. So, if you are interested, if you are able to help out in any way, I know that there have definitely been fans that have reached out. Just reach out over to us either at the info or at the forum over at devscruff.com. There's a little contact us area, and do that. Any support we can get. We are at the very beginning bootstrap stages. I have just gotten a bank account set up and credit cards for the company, and finally getting the programmer and everything up and running, and getting the marketing figured out, and a Kickstarter in the future. So it's all in the very groundwork phases. But yeah, if you are, that's devscruff.com, DEVSCRUFF, development, scripts, and stuff. So cool.
Ooh.
Yep. And okay, so let's go ahead and move on to questions and stuff. Tech, we were kind of talking, there's not much in the realm of like physical merchandise that's new coming out.
There's the Rainbow Power thing, which will come out eventually. The one interesting piece of merchandise news is normally when you get blind bags sent to a store, you get a big box with one of each of the 24 ponies.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, well, I found out from Cutisphere over in the UK that they have these shorter, thin boxes where everything is just, as wide as one packet, and the design on the packet is different, and the codes are different because there's only 12 in the box. So there's only an assortment of 12 characters, including only one of the Flim Flams, and no one has codes for that just yet. So, you could always send them into Derpy Hubs News if you find some codes. That'll be great. But it's definitely interesting that the blind bags are getting so popular that Hasbro has a way to sort of market them to smaller stores that might not want to put a giant box on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely interesting.
Excellent. All right. So just that little piece. I was just looking up the image that you had of the rainbow ponies. That's kind of interesting. It goes along with their entire thing of just printing schmutz on all of the characters.
They get tramp stamps, and
they did the same exact thing in Generation 1, because in the beginning they had tens of thousands of original characters in G1, and then they started getting sort of desperate, I guess, coming up with new things, so they put like the 80s swirl patterns on ponies, they gave them makeup, they gave them scents, they gave them really poofy hair, and it was essentially...
They flocked some of them.
Yeah, it was essentially the same mold, the same toy, and they recycled a lot of characters, or they came up with a lot of one-shot characters or like the 80s stuff. But Hasbro may or may not be reaching that point, but then again, there haven't been a lot of characters in this generation outside of the blind pegs.
Yeah, they've been representing a good chunk of most of the background characters with those blind bags. I mean, the Flim and Flam, the spa ponies. It is kind of nice that they've done that. I mean, there's even like the cake babies, the cake twins. So, they still seem to be re-releasing the main 6 plus 1 or 2 other ponies and all of their standard brushable sizes. I guess Rarity, except Rarity has glitter in her mane, or it's Rarity, but Rarity has some extra stamps on her face for some reason.
She would never stand for that.
Exactly.
She is a beautiful mare the way she is.
Rarity, please.
The way that Celestia intended.
Yeah, other than that, there's really not been a lot of new merch going on. I mean, I was in the middle of nowhere, and of course they're still churning out the coloring books. This one particular one that I was at had like 4 different pony coloring books. It was a dollar store. I basically, middle of nowhere, I needed to stop and walk around. And so...
Oh, yeah. We actually just stumbled across a really cool comic book store like a few exits north of us. Mm-hmm. And just went into there, and it was just like... They just had the brushables in there. They had all the comics or not all the comics, but they had like a good collection of the comics there. They had the compendium, so it was just like, this is pretty good. I really like this place. I would have to go up to the counter and be like, could you please hold those every single time they came in?
Oh, come on, AC. It's not
I
like
know.
You don't have a neck beard already.
Yeah, I know. I'm just so weird about that. I know that I'm already being chastised by half of the community, but still, there's just something that
There's your Brony pride. Gosh.
I know. Go. No, I wouldn't need you to do it. You know what I would do is I would go up there and I would I need to go up there and do a hold and do like hold Saga, hold this other thing, and hold My Little Pony. Just go up there and give him 3. So it's just like, all right, he's just eccentric.
He's just a weirdo. Yep. That's okay.
Oh, well, it's not like he's just getting old issues of Red Sonja over and over.
What's wrong with that?
Just, man, he really does like bikini-clad barbarians, it seems. Over and over. Keeps buying the same issue. Over and over.
Well, most of the comic shops in my area, actually has some of the other pony merch in addition to the comics themselves. I mean, they've kind of set it up. It's like, you don't want to go to the pink aisle? Well, you can pay the markup here. Mm-hmm. I was at Anime Pop, which is one of the stores that'll be down the road from the convention hotel in November. They have the Series 7. Basically, it's the first set that had the 3 princesses in it. And like they're selling them for like $6 a pop.
I tell you,
because people will buy them there as opposed to going to a store and buying them.
I tell you, back in the day, we should have made brownbagpony.com.
Yep.
Discreet shipment of My Little Pony merchandise.
Yep, just a small markup.
Yeah, hey, listen, we go out, we buy it, you get it.
Yep. Should have done it, AC.
Shipped in a non-discreet packaging from distribute warehouse at nondescript place at Oakland. However, not a big enough deal to really care about. All right, so that's pretty much it for
you can buy this stuff from Amazon. Actually, I was gonna say, have you covered the officially licensed costume stuff yet, Tech?
I saw there's a toddler's Pinkie Pie costume, which is very odd because it's like a sweatshirt with Pinkie Pie's face on it. I don't know how that's a costume. I saw the muffin wig.
Yeah, I posted that to my Twitter, but apparently Hot Topic now they have wigs for Rainbow Dash and Muffins. It's derpy. And they also have ears, tail, and wing sets.
With the very unhappy looking guy in the Twilight costume. Yeah.
Oh God, he is so ticked off.
I mean, the Muffins wig the packaging from what I've seen looks official enough, but I don't know if it's like actual.
It's officially licensed.
Yeah. The wigs, it looks like they have thus far as they have a Pinkie wig, Rainbow wig, Flutter wig, and Muffin wig.
Yeah.
I love the dude in the spike hoodie is not as bad as the Rainbow Dash one, but he's just
he's just like
head to the side,
the things I do,
turn around.
He's a Hot Topic model. He should have expected to wear like Invader Zim hoodies and Little Mermaid t-shirts and pony stuff. He should have known.
I want to find a guy model on Hot Topic that is smiling. I bet that is something that does not exist.
Let's see. Let's go to the Halloween.
It's Hot Topic. No one at Hot Topic smiles.
Unless it's like one of those things where the costume is like ironic. And just like, hey, check it out. I'm an OBGYN. I'm like, oh boy, God.
So, okay, so they have, pony-wise, they actually have a rarity. Oh my god, this is funny. The rarity sparkle kit, it's the ears, horn, and tail, but there's a guy model facing away. There's the pinky set. There's some bug wings. There's Twilight Sparkle kit. And they have weird socks with little wings on the side. We're living in very weird times.
May we
It's
live
like-
in interesting times? We quite do.
It's like, hey, you know, this pony stuff, okay, I guess we'll license this.
Remember
there
when we
is-
couldn't get anything?
And it's like, oh, it's popular enough, I guess.
And now we have a glut of everything that's kind of like, I don't know if I really want all of this. Do I really need a cell phone plug with Rainbow Dash?
But like the muffins costume kit's $36.50. It's ears, wings, and a tail, and they actually have a girl in a derpy shirt.
The Rainbow Dash swim bottoms are buy one, get another one for $1.
Could you
Anyway,
In case you need a second bottom for your swimsuit.
could you post a link? Because every time I try using Hot Topic search, it just sends me to the Halloween main page. It won't let me do anything.
Are you
just
trying to look at all
the,
of this stuff or just the
Well, I just
Yes.
want to see the pony stuff in particular.
Yeah, it is certainly a very pony time.
The
There we go.
chrysalis wings look really nice.
posted it into the chat. They do have some bow ties that are kind of
Yeah. But they also have like just muffins.
pony sports bras. Huh.
Well, I've seen those bras before, and those are
What is
more
this?
like
Blackheart.
training bras.
Oh,
which
it's
is for when you're-
lingerie.
Yeah.
Let's see, pop culture. Cartoons. Pony.
Yeah. So Hot Topic has a lot of weird merch. I think that's what we
Oh,
come.
it's
My
always-
Little Pony X Iron Fist.
Yes. It's the new expansion for My Little Pony, Iron Fist.
Iron Hoof. That's the next one. It's the next one. They have Iron Claw, Jade Claw, Iron Hoof. It's next.
Back in my day, Hot Topic was just screamo and heavy metal.
Oh yeah.
Now look at it.
Now it's My Little Pony and Sharknado.
Yeah. That dude in the spike hoodie really looks upset.
Look at those
He's like-
spike earrings.
Character bra, lace panties. Jesus.
This is
Well, so yes.
this is the world I live in now. This is the world
What are
we
hot
all
pants?
live in.
Muffins hot pants.
Muffin
It's just
hot.
impressive the amount of just odd bullshit that they've licensed. Sports bras?
Cell
Yeah.
phone plugs.
Yeah, it's like this is going weird, really weird anime-esque places.
But
Where it's just like, yeah, we're gonna slap the character's image on everything. You know, how long before we have official My Little Pony toasters?
oh man, it
I
could
mean, Hello Kitty has it, but that's because it's Hello Kitty and she's a lifestyle.
flutter toast.
I would.
Yeah, I'm not going not you know what, not going to say that it's nice to be able to have this additional stuff even though some of it is weird. I think the only thing I would bemoan that we don't really have right now is it would be nice to have more of like the actual full vinyl figurines, the ones that are not the brushables, because I really like that. I actually need to get an Octavia of those.
Only come out in a week.
Yep. The one that I think the only other thing would be to get those high quality plush. I mean, that's the
The fourth dimension.
Yeah, that's the only thing that is just kind of like that does not show up anywhere. You just end up getting all of like the if you find a big one, it's just the lumpy pony. Just bleh. I'm Twilight. Blah.
Fourth dimension is just since they look so good and they're done so well, they're completely sold out everywhere. The ones that are really easy to get a hold of are those Funko ones with the spaghetti hair.
Yeah, I've got a few of the tiny ones.
Yeah, I mean, they just made so many of them. It's just really easy to get a hold of, Pinkie Pie, Twilight, Rainbow Dash. It's every other character they make that's, hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, I've only ever found one rarity, and I bought her. But she still has the ridiculous spaghetti mane. But at least the Auroras are nice and plentiful. So, I mean, even if rarity has a weird purple glitter under mane. It's a weave.
Oh, the Pinky pre-sale is still going on at the Fourth Dimension Entertainment, aka shop.4de.com. You can actually get the pre-sale for the Pinkie Pie 10.5. That is still going on. You can see Pinky, and then Pinky hanging out by the pool, and then Pinky next to some balloons.
Yes.
Pinky streamers.
All the Pinky. Pinky everything.
All of Pink Party Pone. All right, well, let's see. Let's go ahead. I think, as said, there's not much in the stuff talk right now that we can really go into. Are there any questions that you guys in the chat have? Anything that you want us to cover with our somewhat unnecessary knowledge of the show and My Little Pony and things like that, or just opinions, thoughts, stuffs? So, let's see. AC, did you think 4 years ago you'd be online with 40 people listening to talk about lace panties? Yes, but in different venues.
Yeah.
Just to answer Roger, our tabletoppery.
Talk about fanfics. Well, if we had read any lately.
Yeah.
I haven't read any. I picked up one momentarily and then immediately put it back down when they started talking about how they were going to play GoldenEye, and I'm like,
oh no.
No.
What, like the ponies themselves were picking up video games?
It was just like it's minor thing where like somebody brought over, one of the characters brought over their N64 and they're gonna play GoldenEye. I'm like, wait.
Uncanny Valley ponies. Well, now that we got button mash, it just opens up everything.
Yeah.
Pandora's box has been opened for video games now.
It was a throwaway gag in an episode, not like something to be taken seriously. But of course, everything is serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, everybody's like, oh, but there's video games. Like, there's also death. This one's too young. This one's too old. And that one's stiff and cold.
Wait! I didn't remember that lyric.
I know, right?
Just Ingram writes that down and he just goes, I think I'm just
this one's too young. This one's too old. This one is dead. He's too stiff and cold.
Yeah, I just see the white out going across that particular line.
Nope.
I think Hasbro's going to be upset with that one. Oh, Mort. But, let's see. But the, yeah.
Yes, he was officiating a funeral.
Yeah. Let's see. The, what else do we have? There was a funeral. I brought up the idea, and Sandy, I don't know if, here's a good question about Nightmare Nights. Is there still time to request it, to submit panel ideas?
Not really.
Oh, dude.
Unless you have like a really good idea.
Dude, I've got the best idea. I talked about it in the chat room the other day.
Well, it's not like you don't have a direct line.
I know, dude. All I'm saying is that I want the headcanon panel.
Oh, man.
Just a panel where everyone can come in. It'll be myself and a few others. We'll drop some of our stupid headcanon knowledge, and then others can come up to the microphone and be like, so I think that Vinyl Scratch and Shining Armor are secretly brother and sister because their hairs are the same. And then we could be like, huh, no.
I think we could facilitate that, maybe.
I just think
we'll stick you in the Forsaken panel room.
See, the thing is that I see the benefit of having that panel is that it gives a separate outlet. So everyone that wants to ask those questions during like a writer's panel, you just be like, go over there and ask it there.
Yes, they can pour their spaghetti out into a contained space.
So I just wanted to know that when Rarity said this obscure line that really didn't mean anything, did it actually mean this? No, not at all. When Applejack and Rarity exchanged glances and Applejack said something about her Rarity being a real Rarity, was that her hitting on her? What?
Things are better when they're a Rarity.
Like, D.
Let's not.
I don't know. I think it could be fun just to I would like to hear people's like crazy ideas on, because there are so many like people that spend an exorbitant amount of time just thinking about, well, did you think that this was because of this? And in many ways we do know some of those answers. We know the answers to, why changes were made for Derpy in the last roundup and what the original first proposal for Derpy was, aka running her out of town. The weirdness. So yeah, the I don't know. I think it could be fun. It could be a total dud. Take it or leave it. I don't care. I think having a spaghetti containment zone could be funny.
Yes. Panel room 2, spaghetti containment facility.
Please keep spaghetti within these premises.
That makes sense.
So yeah. Any questions you guys got? Anything out there you've been wondering about? There are 30 of you asking.
It's like, what are your thoughts? Crystal has one. What are your thoughts on people drawing other people's OCs? Are there lines not to be crossed? No pun intended, i.e.
Another picture of me in a dress.
I think it's okay, personally, as a person who creates, characters and content, at least, writing. It's okay as long as you're respectful about it.
Yeah.
Like, drawing Purple Tinker in sexual situations is not nice, because I'm pretty sure she wouldn't appreciate that. As much as it's not okay to draw somebody's character doing something would upset the person, but
yeah, drawing it is a gift. But yeah, like you said.
It's the purpose. If the purpose is to troll, no. Though there is definitely a gray area. So for instance, that Crystal Pony picture is a picture of, hey, apple cider in a dress. I will say it's not the first time someone's put apple cider in a dress. But I don't care, because I usually am extremely laissez-faire about the character and whatever. If it was even to the extent of someone drawing something more mature, I would be like, well, if you're going to spend time to do it, I guess as long as it's not something where I just go, oh, dude, gross, no. Whatever.
Yeah.
But that's just my feeling. I don't usually tend to have a huge like connection to my characters. I used to, ages back when I created characters, to have a big emotional attachment, and I've learned one of the better things to do is when you create characters is to detach yourself from them so they can be something different from yourself. Because that's ultimately the danger, I think, that happens. Is you have two things. You have people where the content is not something that people like, or the alternative is that particular character or something is close to them or tied to them in some way, that doing something to that character in a way is doing it to them, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. So there's where that kind of gray area can come in with that. But at least for my sake, I've seen it all. I've been on the internet for a while. Very little phases me at this point. Actually, it's more like politic rages and stuff like that annoy me at this point.
Yeah.
It's hard to get my blood boiling on the internet much anymore. But yeah, it's just, I think the question is, if you ever have the feeling of, are they going to get upset with me if I make this? You should probably ask.
Yeah.
Always best to ask. So.
Because drama can ensue if you don't.
Yeah, it could get dangerous. Yeah, if you live life yeah, I've got OC and he's dating Princess Luna and he's super successful and I'm living my life vicariously through them. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. Too many people get way too attached to their OCs. So, any other questions? Anything out there that you would like to field? We could take calls if you guys wanted. You just have to give a call over to the Bronyville Skype name thing. Sure. Oh, I could see if Dan's available. Still there? Yeah, Dan Vincent.
Oh, is NYCC this weekend?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Actually, I'm about to add him.
Oh, well,
There.
let's see.
There we go. Oh, he's getting added in.
It's happening.
Brown Stable's own Dan Vincent about to appear in the call. It's Dan Vincent.
Who's
Hello.
spooky?
How are you,
Your
sir?
turn.
People calling me.
I know. Now you're on a show. We've now got you for an hour and a half.
Oh no!
Hey guys, no, now I gotta be on a show on the internet. Calm down. What are we gonna do? Having this ambrosia salad. Hey, we have, before you intro, favorite character, favorite episode, of course.
The favorite character is always Rarity and always will be. I forget what I've been choosing for favorite episodes. I don't know. We'll go for something. I'll go for my favorite season 3 episode, Sleepless in Ponyville.
Okay.
Good choice.
That is a Luna and a Scootaloo.
Yes, 2 other very good characters.
Scootapony is a great pony.
I agree.
All right.
Scootaloo is a cute-loo.
We were just discussing about how it's a really good idea if you have an OC not to tie them directly to yourself. And
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
And also, if someone wants to draw things and you are unsure if said person who owns the OC it might get upset with things that you might need to, I don't know, ask.
Yeah, it's generally a good idea to ask people before you use their stuff and things.
Mm-hmm. Some Brony Jr. Bronyville Skype is Bronyville. All right, let's see. See if anyone... Oh, I have an accept. I will accept you. Do you wish to be individual here? Yeah, we're very laissez-faire on this particular episode because it's just like we were kind of late on the guests and we don't really have a good topic. There's no merch that's come out. What's been going on with you?
With me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not dead.
All right, that's a positive.
Always a good thing.
It is a positive. Things are looking very busy, at least for me. This is one of the few weekends I have where I don't have something going on. You know, next weekend is New York Comic Con. There's some other cons coming up. You know, Drawn Con, I'm going to have a table, and I hear there's this thing called Nightmare Nights coming up.
Oh, that thing.
Man. That thing.
You know,
Those
I
guys.
guess it's going to be a pretty cool thing. Other than that, you know, I mean, it's the off season. You know, it is what it is, and unfortunately, AC called me right before I could get my headset, so I apologize if any sound or anything.
Nah,
comes
your
through.
sound's good. You're coming through fine. You're coming through fine.
Okie dokie.
But yeah, so cool. You're just rolling around to the conventions. By the way, since we can talk about it right now, what's been the sound of Tropical Storm DerbyCon South? Have we heard any words about how that con's doing?
I don't know. I mean, Spaz has been quiet all day.
Well, that's because he just texted me and says that he self-provisioned himself a staff badge and injected himself into this helping. So hey, they've got somebody on staff now.
At least one person is now on staff.
Yes.
Confirmed. There are staff at DerbyCon South.
Huzzah. Yeah, it's the thing that's happening. I guess we'll need to wait and see how it goes in the end. But not gonna talk ill while it's still going on.
No.
Certainly not going to be there's nothing huge to explode.
I don't think any of us was expecting that it was going to blast enormous numbers or do anything particularly like crazy. But yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing about that convention, as far as I could see, is that it's just they weren't trying to. I mean, we've talked about this in the past. It's nothing essentially wrong about being a small convention.
No.
They didn't promise the moon to anybody, and so far, if they can do it, power to them. I mean, I think it was last weekend there was a convention out in St. Louis, Crystal Fair.
Yeah,
and by all accounts, that went perfectly well.
I didn't even know about Crystal Fair.
Yeah, it was just one of those. It's basically a large meetup.
A mini meet, yeah,
Pretty
and SAC went amazingly well. So that
they had 750 people.
yeah, for come to this college campus, and it was packed to the walls. So it was a really good time over there. And they didn't even have any like show staff. They just had two media goobers there. So
yeah, some guy named Apple Cider.
Who's that jerk?
Some has been, yeah.
And some biker guy who walking off the street.
Biker cat from Mars, yeah.
Ooh, weird.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Iran says hello. Roger's in the chat. Dan, that's what he said. He said Iran says hello. I don't know. Let's see. Is there any other questions that we have here? Trying to see if there are any. I don't see any right offhand. If there are none, we can just move to news. That's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody has any questions. When is Pony coming? Not soon enough.
Not soon enough is the correct answer.
It's only 8 weeks away?
Yep.
Ugh. You know what? One thing I am looking forward to, and maybe we should have some of them on, is to have the card game. Have some of the people from them come over and be on the show before Nightmare Night, so we could drum up the actual card game and how it's played. That'll be cool.
Yeah, Interplay.
Yep.
That's coming out that weekend.
Yep. Suppose some dude decided that he could get them to preview their stuff at his con. So.
Yeah, well, actually, it's just that it coincides with the release date.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to be bringing a bunch of the stuff.
How serendipitously.
Yep. We lucked out.
You did. All right, let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's some questions that are rolling in. Question for AC and others. What are you doing for the finale of the show at the end of season 4? Burning all the electronic equipment. No.
Putting all of my pony stuff into a box and shipping it to China.
Send it back where it belongs.
I wasn't aware that season 4 was the end of Pony.
No, it won't be. I'm absolutely certain they'll do a season 5.
6 seasons and a movie.
Yep. Well, do we consider that we've already received our movie?
No, that doesn't count.
It does the very end like Breaking Bad?
Yeah, it turns out that
oh, spoilers are coming. Oh, no.
Twilight Sparkle actually died in the car, and then the rest was just a fantasy of a dying mayor.
Oh, man.
I'm getting really tired, and this is not your fault, Sandy. This thing is sort of permeated stuff where people can do like, oh, it was all a dream interpretation, or it's the, somebody's dying and it's their last, how do you say, thoughts.
Their final thoughts.
They're trying to do that with Attack on Titan, and I just feel like,
it's...
Oh no!
It just feels very cheap to try to, say
Yeah.
that. There's a. I mean, I can understand the Squall is dead theory, because, I mean, that was the first place where we really kind of heard of it. But when you try to apply it to everything,
everybody's dead. They just don't know it yet.
It's Lost, man. It's the last season of Lost.
No, the final episode will be Pinkie Pie staring up at the sky and the rock farm.
Just imagining. It would be great if I had friends. Bad end.
I always thought they should end it like Freakazoid.
Oh, I never saw the end of Freakazoid.
You never? Oh, no. It was the greatest.
How I have to know now.
Well, it's because they got canceled. They did like a season finale, and the season finale episode was they had Norm Abram. Basically, it was a bet between the producers of Freakazoid and some other show that they could get like the lowest rung B-list celebrity, and so they got Norm Abram, who people might know from This Old House or New Yankee Workshop. So he's the guy who says, "Always remember to wear your safety glasses."
Mm-hmm.
And so they finish it up, and at the end of the episode, it's like, well, it's the end of the season. Goodbye, everybody, and they all sing, how's that song go? Don't know where, don't know when, till I see another sunny day, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. There's everybody on stage going out like a musical. That's how it should end.
That was akin to what they did at the end of this season, and just be like, all right, wrapped up. Oh, wait. Oh, you paid for another one? Oh, shoot. Oh, no. We tied up every loose end. Furiously writing, and then Rainbow becomes a Wonderbolt, and Fluttershy, we don't know. Rarity
and then Fluttershy
makes more dresses.
I've never seen.
They all get boyfriends.
Oh, jeez. Last Century comes back.
Table flips across the nation.
Yep.
So is there any news this week?
No, I guess so. We could go into news, or let's see. Let's make sure there's no other little questions. Probably.
I mean, we're all talking about the various how ponies will end, and it'll just be the Saint Elsewhere ending.
Yeah,
seems kind of depressing, doesn't it?
Derpy looking in a snow globe.
Oh no!
And then it turns out she's also inside the snow globe. Just like in Friend Indeed.
Oh. All right, well, let's go ahead and move to news. Sandy, fire status?
Hurricane Derpy.
Hurricane Derps. Hurricane Karen, so we have to blame Karen of...
Yeah, thanks, Karen.
EQLA for messing up cons now.
Yes, it is entirely her fault.
It is. Man, I've never had a good hurricane. Is it weird to be jealous when people have good hurricanes? It's like, man, Andrew, Katrina, how they feel? Be like, dude, your hurricane rocked.
Good.
Hey, what about Hurricane Sandy?
Yeah, Hurricane Sandy. Well, you're wrecking.
I'm wrecking it all over the place. I like how people are expanding upon my Derpy looking at a snow globe inside a snow globe, which is Pinky looking at a snow globe, but looking at Megan looking at a snow globe of Lauren looking at a snow globe of Derpy. It just keeps getting deeper.
It just keeps pulling out, and it keeps pulling out to a I could see this as a GIF just looping out upon each other.
Yes, snow globes inside snow globes inside snow globes.
Snow globeception.
Well, that's like that episode of Earthworm Jim, where it was everybody's all in a snow globe.
Oh, geez.
Why do you people not watch the same television that I watch?
I used to watch Earthworm Jim.
I don't think I ever watched that one.
Unfortunately, it always coincided with, okay, stop watching that stupid show, it's time to go to church. Because they aired it on Sundays for some reason.
Yeah, that never made sense.
It's like, hey, come watch these shows on Sunday. It's like, that's great. I can't watch them.
How unfortunate.
I know. All right, let's go ahead and move to news. Fandom fire status is wet. And what do we got news-wise?
Well, Horse Comics has finally sold over 9,000 copies.
Yay.
Actually, a little more than 9,000. Kind of like a million.
Mm-hmm.
A million Horse Comics. That's kind of nuts. Issue 12 apparently is going to have like a ridiculously rare variant cover that's limited to 12 copies. It's all going to be charity auctions and contests. But yeah, I think it's really cool that, the comic that we've all been, supporting since day one, and I don't think there's been a single bad mainline comic yet, is doing really well. And I mean, they're still going on. I'm sure they're going to continue this after, after 12 and issue 13 and 14 of the pirate story, that Twilight Sparkle's going to have wings.
Oh, wait,
Who
huh?
cares?
What?
Oh, man.
From what the comic people said last weekend, there doesn't seem to be any plan to stop it anytime soon.
Yep.
And considering that Firefly has a comic and how dead Firefly is, I mean, as long as people keep buying Pony comics, it'll probably keep happening until, I don't know, people finally stop liking Pony.
It'll be interesting to see where that all goes. I mean, as we've said, the comics have been pretty fantastic so far. They have held us off during the summer pretty well, though, now it is getting to the critical point where it's like, okay, this would normally be the time that we would start watching the show. Where is it? Another month? God. Okay.
We need ponies.
We need fresh horse right now.
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
I know. So, yeah, there's that out there. Let's see. I'm also scrounging for any other additional pieces of news. What else do we got, Sandy?
Hub World has a pony creator for Halloween, since, they're not actually airing episodes, or not airing new episodes, they're airing old episodes, and I'm sure that Luna Eclipse will be getting, oh goodness, it has auto-playing music.
Any website that has auto-playing music should just be burned to the ground.
Oh, sorry, Hub. Sorry, but Dan said we had to do this. We're gonna have to take these torches to your server.
It's one of those things that you can just click random and get a completely horrifying thing. It looks like they kind of took General Zoi's Pony Creator and added a bunch of extra stuff to it. It has multiple heads. You can kitty mark horns. It's wings. They have like 35 different wings. They have bat wings. So you can make your own Bat Pony OC. They have like steampunk wings, big wings, multicolored wings, spiked armored wings.
That sounds painful to fly with.
Robot wings.
Robo ponies. No,
you can actually make a plane pony. That's kind of ridiculous. You can have a pony with plane wings and jet engines.
Your favorite 4chan thread now official.
Yeah, and there's like butterfly wings. For some reason, a wing with a dress on it.
Well, the wing has to be fabulous.
There's bone bat wings. They certainly went all out with the various things. How many different horns? They have 5 different horns.
There's 86 cutie marks. Wow.
Wow, you can have a Celestia-sized horn on your midget pony.
Mama says I'm special the way I am.
16 mouths. And of course, there's a bat pony face. So I think that they're like, yeah, we're gonna totally. Wait, there's 107 facial hairs. How terrifying!
Beard.
So needless to say, if you want to make an official steampunk bat pony alicorn visual mess, you can certainly do so.
It's been what I've wanted for the longest time, is to make...
Yes, you could make your own little plane ponies and bat ponies.
Bat ponies are okay. Plane ponies, I'm not sure.
Chocolate's plane pony is pretty cute.
Yeah, it is. It's just weird.
I guess since he's made of chocolate, he can turn into whatever he wants, so that's his excuse.
Yeah. Fluttershy and Gilda in World War II planes. That makes so much sense. Thank you, Roger. Blimp ponies, yes. Airshipping is magic.
Oh God, I remember that fic.
Yes.
Way back in the days of weird shipping fics. It's rare. It's Twilight and Trixie as airships. What the hell?
Yep. I don't understand where they get these sometimes. Japan's finally started season 2.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Good for them.
Apparently their Discord is kind of evil.
No.
Like, quite a bit different than the than what people. It's a bit different than John Delancey, and apparently he comes across as more cross and quick to anger. And since they have to cut certain parts out, he seems a lot more mean-spirited. And so that is cool. They're finally getting up. They're catching up slowly but surely. So by the time that they're done with the weekly showings of season 2 and season 3, they can slowly catch up on season 4. Because I'm actually kind of surprised that, because I hadn't heard much about the ponies in Japan beyond the initial release. And so, people are like, oh, it's exciting. And yay, we're going to have this American animation transported to Japan. And, well, I guess it did okay for them to justify doing a second season.
Yeah, that's good. They're taking a look at that and
apparently
a lot
the
of
voice
stuff hasn't seemed to have gotten a lot of attention though, which I think is kind of a shame because they do some really cool stuff when they localize it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting to see the different takes.
And also the amount of time that they have to remove off of the fact that they have to trim down the episodes, so sometimes it requires some very odd trimming.
Yes. No, you don't need this minute 20.
You don't need this part of this episode. That's just silly. You don't need that at all.
Like, this entire scene, unimportant.
But I kind of want that scene. Nope. Actually, nope. You don't get it. Aww.
Japan is all about the fan comics. Pony has certainly become a very popular subject for a very large variety of comics, as you would expect from Japan. Oh, Japan.
Oh, Japan.
What are you doing, Japan? Hey, watch that. Knock that off. We're watching you, Japan.
Check yourself before you Shrek yourself.
Before you Shrek yourself? Nice.
Yes. In actual, cool good news, Season Kind of 3 has reached a milestone. They are helping running an agricultural project. They're growing potatoes, tomatoes, onions, and fruit and veggies as food for the street children in their care. And that produce yields high returns in local markets. So they can all pay for the various running costs. So one of the orphanages that is being helped by Seeds of Kindness is growing food and stuff to feed the kids that are being taken care of. Their next thing, getting a stable and buying a cow.
Aww.
They will have milk. Still, that's really cool. The project still requires a little over 16,000 euros, and so you can totally go and donate at sok.yoursiblings.org, and you can also purchase their album, which is pretty cool. And there's been some people that donated quite a lot of Eurobucks. Well, the current leaderboard has donated 750. Right now they need 15,180 left euros to go, which is a lot of Ameribucks. But every little bit helps. And if you'd like to help Bronies for Good keep on doing that good, you can certainly donate to them.
Help them out.
They always need money, so
Yeah.
helping out charity is good for you and good for everybody.
Yep. It can't hurt.
Certainly doesn't, and it gives them a cow.
So the next thing is special. How very special? Well, The Brony dock, it's everywhere.
Is it? This is the
It's
Michael.
on the walls.
Oh no, it's coming out. It's coming from under the door. So this is the Michael Brockoff, John Delancey, Tara
The
Strong.
OG Brony dock. That looks like it says Brody's on the cover.
The Adrian Brody doc. Good.
That makes sense. So
Just
the
him
logo TV cut of the film is coming up on the 14th of October. So you can enjoy that in a couple weeks. It'll be interesting to see, considering they're chopping a, what is it, like 2 hour long movie down to like 90 minutes or less? Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of stuff gone.
Yeah, and the only current... they haven't got it on Netflix yet, but I'm sure they're trying to because they like their money. So the broadcast television cut of the film is going to be up on logotv.com for free afterwards. So you can totally, while you're waiting for that, you can go and look at their other documentary series.
What?
Like, I Think I'm an Animal.
What?
And
Oh,
watch,
yes.
and watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
What?
It's
I can't help but just go, what?
the
Come
last
watch what?
one that they aired was the What? I Think I'm an Animal back on 4/24/13. But
I'm sure that would be interesting television.
It's kind of messed up. So, true story. My friend Mark and I, we were feeling masochistic one night and decided that we were going to watch the What? I Think I'm an Animal and the Brony doc in one sitting. And obviously we didn't die. The Brony doc turned out pretty good when compared to that, you know? Just saying.
Yeah.
It's pretty special. But they're launching their new season, which will have all sorts of odd and fantastical things for us to get conflated with. Because it's not like being a Brony Pony fan is weird enough as it is.
Hopefully the cut version will have the best part, which is awkward Brony dad.
Oh no.
Yeah, the guy gets dragged to BronyCon and then sends his kid to military school. Yeah, bad end.
I feel for that guy.
Yeah. You can also purchase it on all over the place on iTunes and Amazon Instant Video and Vudu, and for some reason, if you have some Microsoft Banana Dollars, you can buy it on your Xbox.
Ooh, I love banana dollars.
And apparently, they're going to get it into some stores.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Hey
That'll
guys,
be interesting.
I just noticed something kind of weird in the. I've been playing around with the Pony Maker.
Uh-huh.
Main number 24 in the Pony Maker. If you make the colors purple and white, it looks like someone's OC.
You mean Nightmarity?
No, it looks like Purple Tinker. It's so go to main number 24 and change the colors to purple and white.
Hold on, I'm reloading it.
Yeah, it's pretty fabulous. I was just like,
24, you said?
main number 24.
I see somebody in the chat mentioning LPU dollars. I have a little sign on my table that I put up at cons now. It says no Unicon bits.
I'm still so jealous you have one.
I have two.
I want one so bad.
If I can find the other one, because I keep one in the cash box, the other one I put away, it's somewhere, I have to find it. But if I find it, I'll give it to you. But on the stipulation that you put googly eyes on it.
Sure. God, yeah. Well, I probably would have anyway.
You can actually, there's a spy mask as well. So that's nice.
Unfortunately, there's no good AC hair in this on the Pony Maker.
Aw. So, okay, body.
Oh, that one's
mean-
okay.
Oh, you can make a fleur-de-lis pony.
I made my pony as a bird with a chicken as a prop. Because chickens. Why not?
Number 31's okay for me.
Let's play the Pony Maker.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
well,
The
the
most
thing is,
interesting thing ever.
Where do you change the gender? Because the only...
You just have to change the body type. The body
Or the
type
face.
is the gender.
Oh.
There's not really a stallion-y choice.
Well, the second
Well-
is kind of stallion-y, or the third.
Okay.
However, yes, we're playing with the Pony Maker on the show.
There's a lot of options in this, too.
Yep.
They probably, reused a lot from the other one and they just added the spooky stuff.
I
It
just
is
have
nice.
I just have to wonder if the original person that made the Pony Maker, like, if they've gotten anything out of this, or did they just kind of go, we're just going to take your stuff whole cloth. Well, goodbye.
Oh, okay. So you have to change the head. So you can have the super masculine Big Mac body and have
The smooth head.
the girly muzzle. This can go weird places.
Hitting random is always just a tour down just disaster, so.
Yeah. You
All
should
right.
have Dan just hit the random button and be all upset by the color clashes.
Oh, goodness.
Well, and the fact that you can have, like, stripes and, like, blotches on your character, too. Like, it just adds a billion layers of just, like, make your OC as edgy as possible.
Yes. You need wings and scars and
Black pony with red stripes and
green eyes and
but they're
sticks.
reptile eyes, and you got bat wings and the most edgy.
a bat wing and an angel wing and a unicorn horn.
Yeah. So that other thing is also out there if you so wish to see it and may have Netflix.
Yes, Equestria Girls is on Netflix now. Now the question is it the version that they showed on Hub, or is it the original version?
I'm guessing it would probably be the DVD version.
Probably.
Yeah, I guess the question is someone just needs to go take a look at it, open it up. Maybe one of our fans could actually do that real quick. I'd be interested to find out if you go load up the Equestria Girls on there and go to the end credits. Does the end credits have Dancy Mare? Do you see Muffin Pony dancing?
Mysterious Ghost Mare.
Did they remove it from the TV version?
Yes.
Aw.
Yeah, they ran like compressed TV credits, I think, which I hate, by the way.
Everything goes a million miles an hour and you can't see who
It's
did what.
disrespectful to the people who work hard to make those shows.
Okay, all right, here's everyone that worked on it. By the way, the producer was this. Okay, bye.
I say this as I'm shaking my cane at the television.
Whoa. Back in my days, the beginning of movies were the credits. You had to see every single person that worked on it, and then you got the right to see the movie.
And if you didn't, well, no movie for you.
And then when the movie's over, there's no ending credits. You just watch it all. And then the projector turns off and you leave.
They say you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
So yeah, you can go check out Equestria Girls. It's out on Netflix. As said, if you are still in the Equestria Girls crowd, it's not that bad.
I'm looking it up here on Netflix on my iPad, and I'm not seeing it show up. Maybe it's only for certain countries?
Which country are you in?
I don't know. The land of the free, the home of dysfunctional Congress?
Yes, that one.
Yes,
Oh.
that one.
Where we can all agree to disagree. Yay, politics!
Politics, mini bloodsuckers.
As said, yeah.
If progress means going forward, and con is the opposite of pro, what does Congress mean? Thank you. Enjoy the field.
Man, I
everybody.
tell you what, I'm signing into Netflix on my computer to see if I can see it. And I know that if I click it, it's going to show up in the what recently played queue, and Dylan's going to get so mad.
And then, yeah. Why is there pony stuff on my queue? Ah!
My
you need to
mom
set up
was over,
profiles.
like a couple weeks ago and watched River Monsters, which is basically just a series about holy crap, these fish are scary. and it plays it up quite a bit. But he was like, "Oh my god, why is it here?"
Set yourself up a
It's a really
profile.
cool show.
Yeah. It's listed as unavailable.
Oh,
Maybe it'll come out on Monday.
It's
unavailable to stream. So, curse you,
So it's
whoever posted that thing to Equestria Daily.
You are the worst ever.
Yep. Friendship over.
Now let's see.
It was actually announced over on the MLP Facebook.
oh, ooh, someone screwed up.
Someone
Whoops.
goofed.
Whoopsie. Let's see. Other news, I'm just skimming some other stuff that's out there. The only other thing I see is a USA Today article on what's behind My Little Pony phenomenon.
It's a decent cartoon.
Yeah.
Boy, that sure is hard.
Yeah, that pretty much is. It looks like a, 1,000 word thing of just like, oh, we heard about this pony thing. Huh. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, that takes care
It's
of
like,
news.
welcome to 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's good job staying on top of it, USA Today. But, okay, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and, shall we go ahead and move to some email?
Yep,
Sure.
we got a few.
All right, let's do this. You can always email across to us at bronyville@gmail.com. We love to do this. Pico Pie sends in an email. Make sure that he states Pico Pie at the top. So it makes it really easy for me to say Pico Pie. Sandy, by the way, do you always put the Pico Pie emails specifically so I get them?
Yes.
You're a jerk.
Yes.
You really are a jerk. Just so you know that I have a problem and that I have to deal with my problem. You're either a jerk or a true friend. I can't decide.
I'm helping you overcome your fear of...
My inability to speak.
Words are hard.
The problem I've had for 126 episodes of speaking. All
Yep.
right. I'll go first. Sandy second. Tech can do thirdsies, and do we have a fourth that we can give to Dan? I don't know.
I thought there was 4. Well,
There might be. There also we got another email, but that one was maybe tabletop-y, so maybe not.
well, I mean, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
I would appreciate it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I should give you the link to that. That would be helpful.
Well, I shall start here. Hey, Cider. Pico Pie, your arch nemesis here. Just wanted to thank you for falling into my menacing trap 2 weeks ago. Your self-humiliation feeds me like the reverse changeling I tied under your bed. And it's Halloween. Anyway, I hope you, Chef, and your honorable kitty leader are doing well. First off, what's your cat's name? His name is Red. His listed name is Red Chief, but we decided just to go with Red.
His nickname's John Wayne.
Yes, and
Red
his nickname is John Wayne because he's a huge cat and he has this weird, like, very stocky gait to him. He just kind of has this saunter as he walks. I've never seen a cat that just kind of had this, like, imposing gaunt. So, or gait. I think that's what I'm looking for.
I'm going to show you who's boss.
Yep. I will mess you up. Back on my evil track, last week, Chef mentioned his weakness for space combat. Well, I have a one cool thing for you, sir. Star Citizen. Bam. Imagine a game where you can design the gun that you put on your ship that you designed with your human or AI co-pilots. Perhaps you decide to sell your designs. Maybe other players buy them, which gives you money. Oh, and did I mention it's being designed by the creator of Wing Commander? 'Cause it is. Basically, think Eve for the economy, Minecraft in creative mode for creation, and Wing Commander / Free Space / Star Lancer / TIE Fighter for gameplay. Also, if you want to play Star Wars The Old Republic, the Imperial Inquisitor storyline is amazing, especially if you play the light side. You could condense the best parts down and you have 2 movies that could rival 3, 4, and 5. Have a good one. Looking forward to hearing the tabletop afterwards. Though Abel Cider trying to figure out Shadowrun in under a minute was cute too. Pico Pie. P.S. Labeling the subject. Truce was a trap. You fell for it. Ha ha ha. Ha I didn't read the subject. I won this round.
Yay!
Yeah, I've heard about Star Citizen. I know that the Giant Bombcast was talking about it a lot. It's that game that you can spend several
$20,000
to make your own spaceship, to own your own capital ship.
It's a trap. We'll see. I admit that I put money into it, like the basic $55 or whatever.
So
to get. I am a space pleb.
So you already are.
So is it like a microtransaction game?
No, it's a full release game that's out there right now, but they have packages right now where you could spend real money and go ahead and purchase ships before the game releases. So you sign in on a list, you pick a package, and then you can purchase an eligible ship, and you could go ahead and start the ship with like a cruiser for $200 actual dollars. But that way,
I don't know. That sounds like cheating.
You're purchasing massive ships so that when you start, and you can buy the RSI Constellation starting at $225, and it's so big it actually launches fighters under its own ship.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I've been looking for a. They mentioned TIE Fighter, and I was a huge fan of X-Wing and TIE Fighter back in the day. But, playing them on the 486 with 5 floppy disks. Nobody's really made any new games like that. So, if they promise that kind of gameplay, that does sound interesting.
Well, I played tons of Free Space back in the day, and I really adored that combat. I also adored just taking a tiny ship and docking it directly next to a capital ship and just shooting it with lasers until it blew up. Just sitting there for 30 minutes, just pinpricking this massive thing. And then going like, oh shoot, I shot it too much. I gotta get out of here. And then the explosion from the big ship kills me, and I'm just like, it was worth it. I killed the big thing with my tiny ship. It was
flew too close to the sun, man.
I did. It was worth it. The sun didn't know what hit it.
Show that sun who's boss.
Sun's gonna feel the wrath of my tiny ship. So, yeah, it seems like it's cool. As I said, Sandy's in it. I might. I don't know enough about it, and it's...
I backed it back when it was, like, just starting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not, like, super invested, and it's like, it'll be cool if it comes out. But it's Kickstarter, so, the default is it's not going to happen.
Well, I backed the Shantae, Kickstarter.
Yes, I saw, because I've been seeing all the various...
Have you guys backed Mighty number 9?
I didn't back Mighty. I didn't do Mighty.
I backed that one.
It's the closest thing you're going to get to a new Mega Man.
I also backed Reaper Miniatures is doing another Bones Kickstarter. The Bones is their plastic injection molded they're lower cost gaming miniatures. And I'll link it because I was really happy last time I put the $100 in because I like miniatures and stuff like that. And they came through, and it's this massive box of really cool miniatures to assemble and paint and use in your gaming. And this time around, and the first time around, they had all these various levels you could purchase, and this time they're like, it's $100. And people go, okay. And they're currently up to $1,360,158 with 21 days to go. They busted through all of their their early stuff, like in the first day. They're already up to wave 6. So they have 11,110 backers right now, so it's crazy. and they're already up to probably not quite as many miniatures as last time, but they also have 24 days worth to go where they'll be adding in new stuff. So I fully expect to get another ridiculous big box of stuff when it finishes next year. So that's really cool. If you like miniatures, you should back that if you got $100.
Yeah, I'm right now cruising through all like the past updates of Shantae. I'm like, yeah, looks cool.
It looks pretty cool.
Yep, and yeah, I probably should have done Mighty Number 9. I never actually played much Mega Man back in my day, so it was just kind of like I never had the NES, and I guess I never grabbed it for anything else. So I was just like, eh. I played the one where he had his dog, and you could float on the back of the dog, and that was about it.
So, Derpy's paper bag is one of the options in the Pony Creator.
Yes.
Woohoo!
So I'm just making Bat Pony Derpy.
Aww.
It's the way it was meant to be.
Yep. There's some weird glasses options too. Derpy with a monocle. Yes.
It's the way it was meant to be. Steam Derp. Let's make everything steampunk. All right, Sandy. Next question.
Yes, next email.
Yeah.
Dear Cider and Chef, I've been running into money problems lately, and so my free money to spend on merch has been limited to a couple items a month. So my question is, what is the best piece of pony merch you have ever bought? What are some good, cheap options for merch? Basically, how can I get the most pony for my money? Thanks, Blackstone.
The most or the most important?
The best value for his pony dollar.
Blind bags.
Blind bags are good if you just want to have a ton of stuff.
Yeah, just buy a box.
Or even better, go if you want to be the total meanie, is go and find it and then use the various resources to read the codes on the bag.
Yeah, I mean, Walmart is pretty good with having it cheap. A lot of getting cheap ponies, knowing where to buy it. Like, the best you will ever do is physically going into a Walmart or a Toys R Us and finding it yourself. Because Amazon, none of it's sold through Amazon. It's through various other people. And the Amazon prices are absolutely ridiculous. You can trade with other people if there's people around you, because there's tons of people who have duplicate blind bags or are cutting down their collections or whatever. You can always trade with people, sell with people. The cards are pretty cheap, so you could always sell off cards if you get duplicates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that I've got more than I usually need. I end up donating a bunch of it over to... we probably should do like a Toys for Tots and stuff like that come a little bit further down the line for the show. But you know, I mean, if I have to look at what I have right now and the piece of merchandise I'm most proud of that I purchased, it has to be the Magneto figurine. Just because that stupid thing I said once or sang once
became a thing,
and it became a physical thing, and then I had to have it. So I dropped $70 to grab it, and I couldn't be happier that I have it with all of the just hanging out and Magneto and the flowy cape. I mean, it's awesome. It's my favorite thing over there on the shelf. I mean, that the favorite thing that I purchased, there's been people who have made tons of great like knitted stuff and like really cool, really, really neat stuff. I always appreciate when someone like just, hey, here's a little blob pony, or here's a knit of your designs. I'm just like, dude, that's so cool.
Like, here's a knit version of Rainbow Dash and a knit version of Sandy. And the Sandy pants that we got at BronyCon January 2012.
Oh, that was I love Sandy pants and Cider pants.
Yeah.
I have one of the blankets that you could get for like $20 at Target, and holy crap, it is a really soft blanket. It's really warm, especially when you just, wash it and it fluffs up again. So if you want pony merch that you can actually get good value out of, Buy a blanket, buy a shirt, hoodie, something you can wear and actually use every single day. You know, buy a phone case if you don't already have a phone case. So it's a good way to show off the pony and get bang for your buck. Because most of the time, if you buy a toy, it's just gonna...
It's gonna sit there.
It's gonna sit
But,
on
like,
yourself.
I have the original canvas derpy bag that still says derpy.
Oh, man.
And I carry that to most of my cons now. And of course, people be jelly of my Mad Pony swag. Because that's out of print, kids.
Can't get any more. Go home.
Yep. Somebody could charity auction theirs for a couple hundred, I'm sure. Crazy people going, oh man, I gotta have this thing. It says derpy.
Has the ghost mare on it.
It has the D word.
Even though you could still find the D word every once in a while when a vendor just goes, we don't care, we know. Stop being so scared of using that word. Just because you probably weren't able to get the trademark 100%.
Yup.
It's like, derpy, hooves. Both words. It works. I swear. I don't know. I'm not a trademark lawyer. But, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and move on. Tech, would you mind grabbing the next one?
Of course. Hello, let's get the praise out of the way first. I feel it's necessary on a first email. You do a great job of entertaining whilst keeping some of us who only skirt the edges of the fandom up to date on the goings-on within and without. A general work day for me gives me about 3 hours of time in which I listen to my MP3 player. This is usually filled with audiobooks. After each book I finish, however, I load up 2 to 3 episodes of your podcast which I need to catch up on. Obviously, depending on the length of a book I'm currently on. Thumbs up for you. As a side note to that, I recall Sandy mentioning he worked in audiobooks. Good for you. Without audiobooks, I'd be bored to tears. With that out of the way, I have a question. It's about cutie marks. If it's been asked before, pretend it hasn't. Out of all the characters on the show who have actually had proper screen time, no background ponies here, are there any ponies in particular that you would like to have an editing job done on their cutie mark, be it a color change, slight redesign, or full-blown new mark? Personally, I reckon they could have done a better job on Luna's. Never been too sure how I feel about the sneeze stain of what I assume to be a night sky over the overly simplified moon. Anyway, keep up all your hard work and goodbye. Terpow? Yeah.
Terpow.
Can I address this one pretty please?
Oh,
Sure.
Here comes the heresy. That's absolutely heretical.
Well, no, it's the funny thing is that I notice a lot of people get Luna's cutie mark actually wrong because it's supposed to be she's a spotted horse. It's actually, not just a sneeze. It's a whole, like the whole back half of her body is supposed to be that, color. It's like you look at the Nightmare Moon toy, it's like right there. So she's the only one they really do that on. They don't really do any sort of spotted ponies or anything like that, except for, I think, Pip.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wish they would do that a little more often, just vary up the body coloration a bit. But no, I think Luna's cutie mark is perfectly fine.
There you go. You're blowing minds out there.
Well, actual horse facts.
Oh, boy.
I love
Spotted.
horse facts.
Yeah. Well, there's spotted horses called Appaloosas, and they're like
Oh.
white or brown with white or brown spots on them. While Pip is more of a paint, which has like the really giant patches. So they could totally have, horses with patches, or they could have horses with, the white sock markings or blazes on their faces or actual horse marks. But nobody in My Little Pony has markings like actual horses. They're just purple and blue and green and rainbow colors.
they have monochromatic coats.
Because they're
So-
easy to make.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but they did it with Pip. It's maybe
Yes,
British
and
ponies look like real horses. Who knows?
And how often
Yes.
have we seen Pip since that episode?
Once.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
he went back to,
me. I want
he
to be
tried
on
to go
your
back to
episode.
Trottingham, but died on the way.
Oh. Cutie marks.
But yeah, no, it's like the only person I've actually really seen draw Luna right is Amy Meberson. If you look at issues 5 through 6 of the comic, and she actually does it right with like the whole, spotted horse, painted thing. Whereas even Andy and on the show sometimes it's not quite that right. But I can understand why they don't do that with the other ones, just because with the toys, I mean, I'm sure Luna's cost more because they have to do the whole painted thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it bugs me when they do the Luna toys, because they probably use pad printing when they, put the cutie marks and eyes on the toys, and Luna's, blobby part of her cutie mark sort of wraps around her butt. I'm not exactly sure how much butt wrap there is, because that would require looking at really weird angles from the show, but they never get that with the toys, and they never even get it towards sort of like the edge of her thigh butt area, so it always looks terrible.
The Nightmare Moon ones, though, look nice. Like, they clearly put the effort into the Nightmare Moon toys. But then they only put the moon itself on one side.
Yeah. Well, that happens even on the Funkos, They only have cutie marks on one side.
Well, ponies have always had a display side and non-display side, and with the first generation, it was like what kind of side the pose was looking towards, what side the hair fell over on, and they did do both sides of the pony back in the days, but they were really good ponies back in the 80s, and nowadays Hasbro just doesn't care. They just bother with the display side, and they pretend the other side doesn't exist. At least they have two eyes.
Oh god, was there a period of... Oh, was there a period of time?
If they wanted to, they could. Display side only, but...
They're cheap.
They're not that cheap yet.
Soon we're just gonna get, like, head busts. Like, here's just a head of a pony. Forget about the rest of it.
People would buy it.
Yeah, just like... Well, I mean, there's those people that have been doing little, the cameo-style things, cameo-style illustrations of the various background ponies. So yeah.
Yeah. The best merch, if you're going for cheap, I would go blind bags or some of the collections. I mean, that's probably where I would go on that for most amount of Tiny Pony. The most condensed amount of Tiny Pony.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Says Tech Dan.
Yep. And now a dramatic reading of a letter from user Twisted Haywire. Howdy, ACDC, Sheffers, and the Cacti, the stellar Miss Knight, the always lovely low-res feline who unfortunately couldn't make it, so they got me instead.
I think I mean that cat, but either way.
And any late I think they mean comers, not commerce, to the lineup. So it is tabletop day today. I have a couple of things I would like to say on the subject. I myself have been playing tabletop RPGs since the mid-90s. Back then, one had to bike through snow uphill to get to the role-playing session, they say as they wave their cane wistfully. Really, the spelling errors in this one, I'm sorry, dude. They're really bad. Really, my friend lived in a house at the top of the, quote, hill, unquote, and it was snowing the first time we got together to play a game of AD&D back in the good old TSR days. In the years between then and now, we have played several different games like Vampire, Exalted, Star Trek, Star Wars, Smolf Quest? I think I'm pronouncing that right. Ravenloft. Oh, what was that?
I have no idea.
It's got that, Moose's, the O with the slash through it.
Smooth Quest.
Well, I think since it's he mentions a Danish role-playing system, he may be something not available here in the U.S.
Entirely possible. Ravenloft, Fusion, and more. Oh, right, my points. A good role-playing game will tell you about the players, something about their personality. They may be playing characters, but some of their true selves have a tendency to show through. I find that to be one of the more interesting aspects, getting a look beneath the mask we all wear in our everyday lives. Characters need to know I'm sorry, I apologize to this person. English is not their first language. I apologize for mangling your email. I'm very sorry. Characters need to know that they're where they are going and what their goals are, and if they don't know that, you'll just end up with a spoon playing Mad Pony. AC and Sheffers have been working on their OC and backstory since the start of the podcast, and that is both good and bad. It makes their interactions somewhat natural, but it makes it harder for anybody else in the group in a natural way with goals and motivations, and not having them be like Dawn from Buffy. Pixel is a good example of working it out. Finally, having a good DM makes that game. It's extremely important and can make or break the whole experience, and Roger is a good DM. I agree. He's really good. Cheers. Twisted Haywire. P.S. Pixel Kitties is best fan of the great and powerful Miss T. P.P.S. Is Flufflepuff getting more popular than Derpy? I mean muffins. And then they've got some footnotes at the end here. I think this is your first letter with footnotes, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. TSR, Technical Studies Rules, the publisher of Dungeons & Dragons from 1973 to 1997, when it was bought by Wizards of the Coast, which itself was in 1999 bought by Hasbro. Footnote number 2. Fusion is a Danish role-playing system that is set in a dark, alternate near-future version of Denmark in approximately 2012. Oh, jeez, I didn't realize that was the future.
In the grim, dark future of 1999.
Yes, in the year 2000.
Look out, RoboCop.
And footnote number 3. Buffy's sister, who was just there in season 5, and everyone remembered her always being there. Different from Shining Armor, who Purple Smarts had just never told her friends about.
Oh, Purple
And that's
Smart.
it for the footnotes.
Yay, footnotes. So,
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
no tabletop today, but I'll agree that, yeah, Roger's really good. I love the fact that half of our games thus far have been Mystery Science Theater 3000 episodes. I was just talking to him of like, I can't wait until we do the Santa Claus versus the Martians.
Have you done Space Mutiny?
I don't think we've done Space Mutiny. Last one that we did was the spiders, like the Spider Island one, which was really good. I actually had to go watch that one. I love that campaign. Just me going crazy with a homemade crossbow and then losing my brain the moment that the actual monster showed up. That was one of my favorite. That and there have been some really, really good stuff that's happened in that tabletop. I've been enjoying it, so I think we need to get more people in. Unfortunately, as I said, Pixel Kitties was sick today, so we weren't able to actually do it, and we're going to be postponing till the 19th. Sorry that we've postponed it twice so far, but
there's not much we can do about it,
Yeah, I'd rather I'd rather all of us be in best conditions to do it rather than, having to suffer through several hours of playing and
Coughing and hacking and wheezing.
Yeah, trying to be on top of our game when we really aren't. All right, well, that takes care of the emails. I said thank you for all that are able to send those across. You can always send those at bronyville@gmail.com. We love to take them, talk about them on the show, bring them up, praise you for sending them to us. So thank you all very, very much. None of us have cool things at this point except for tech.
Mine.
I see. Well, we're having to add these in really quick. I will go ahead and talk about the 5-star iTunes bronies while I guess Sandy there needs to find out where we are. I want to go ahead and thank with our 821 ratings to Turpow, 5 Iron, and Blackstone. And donations, thank you very much to JCV for leaving us a donation that allows us to keep going to cons, collecting stuff, and just making an awesome show. So thank you very much. You rock, woohoo. And let's see. I'm trying to find something cool, which is going to be difficult. So it's one cool thing time. It's now time to bring up the one really nifty thing that you want to go ahead and bring to the class this week that you thought was fun, cool, interesting. Pony, not pony related. I may have to go non-pony because I'm not really sure what I want to go with. First off, let's see. We'll go through Tech and Dan real quick because they actually know what they're going to do. Oh, you cheater.
Cheater.
All right, well, Tech, what do you have?
I have a recipe for a microwave mug brownie. I found it on Tumblr, and I've made it way too many times, and it's really good, actually. You just need basic baking stuff and 2 tablespoons of butter, and you can make it in a mug. And then you put chocolate sauce on it, and then you eat it because you just don't care anymore about anything.
You've given up. You're eating
No.
this. You've just given up.
I'm trying to gain weight, so that helps as well.
Oh,
So
you're trying to. You're attempting to gain weight. I thought usually it goes in the opposite direction.
no, I've never weighed a lot, so
Oh, okay.
might as well gain some weight by eating a brownie in a mug at like midnight. So might as well try it. It's easy. You just need a microwave and a cup and a tablespoon measurer.
Meanwhile, I bet there is a good number of females and males that are listening to you right now going like, ooh, I simply wish to lose weight.
She is kind of a stick.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Haha, I actually found something. All right, Dan, what do you have?
I have a Tumblr. It's Twily Daily, which I'm sure listeners might be familiar with. It's just, I don't want to say it's silly because I found it to be really cute and interesting. It's just every day, the person who draws it, whose name I don't really know, so I'm sorry, I just read the blog. It's just Twilight doing really cute stuff all the time. And you can never have too much of Twilight doing cute things.
Yes, cute horses doing cute things. Always a good thing.
Yes.
The mod is Carpet Shark. Carpet with a K.
Okay. I think one of my most favorite ones that's the most adorable is like Little Philly Twilight, and she's got a wagon full of books. And the library's like, what do you mean I can't check them all out?
Yes.
Daw, feel better to Twilight.
It is very cute. And there is... it is one of the Tumblrs that I follow, so I do like keeping up with cute.
Because
cute
we
horses.
need more cute in our lives.
Yes, also today's Dash is helping Twilight learn how to fly.
Has what's the Trixie one where she's simply not helping at all?
Inconvenient Trixie?
Inconvenient
Yeah.
Trixie. Has that one been updating?
No. It's one of those things that happens from time to time, and
It just happens, and then it goes on its merry way.
I love the last one with it's Twilight trying to reach Trixie to tag in for wrestling, and Trixie's just hanging on the ropes.
Because that's what she would do.
just looking, just trying to reach for that tag. Nope.
like, she's being inconvenient. Dang,
And-
darn horse.
Twilight's doing surgery, and Trixie is offering a wrench. Oh, that one's good in itself. All right, I'm doing two. So I'm going to go ahead and redo Inconvenient Trixie, because that is, I love that. Let's see. Real life sound of typing. I'm also, we were completely remiss and completely forgot this, and it's important. More Flufflepuff tales.
Yes.
This
Equestria
time with
girls.
Equestria girls. Get to see
Because-
alien chrysalis lady.
Yes. And silly Flufflepuff.
Get to find out why Flufflepuff is eating a piece of paper all day. Because she can't use scissors.
She's not allowed to have scissors. The one that my cool thing is an artist that I've seen pop up on my Tumblr a few times. Utapo, I guess is their name, and they've done several illustrations of the ponies and their Equestria Girls counterparts, which are kind of cute. So that's kind of cool. And the Trixie one, the Great and Powerful Trixie summoning peanut butter crackers to Equestria Girls Trixie, and she's like super happy. They're cute. It's cute stuff.
I see. Oh yeah, I have seen this artist.
Yep.
Her style is. I like the.
It's very anime.
Yeah, very anime. I like the style of the sunset shimmer. The way the CMC shot's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean they are Japanese, so
It is It is mad Equestria Girls style, but it's all cute. It's all really, really cute.
Nothing wrong with it.
Nope. All right. I think that takes care of everything. We all succeeded at one cool things. Good going, everyone.
Yay.
We all did a good job and provided you with a brownie mix.
Yes, because brownies are very important.
They are. They stimulate our economy.
Yep.
Our brownie economy, our baking economy. All right. Well, you know what? That takes us to the end of this episode. We have now succeeded at episode 126 of this Pony Podcast.
Yeah. The ride never ends.
Doing it again. So, as usual, first off, I want to go ahead and thank both Tech and Dan for jumping in very last minute to be part of this tomfoolery.
No problem.
No problem.
Glad to have you both. You're all very, very smart, very talky about this thing we're all way too obsessive about.
Yep. Man, cartoon horses.
Yeah, really. And wait till the season comes, and then we can get even more obsessive, and then we could talk about how, well, no, now that happened in the comics, so now that's not canon because of the show, and
then I can say things.
We can obsess more. Anyway,
yeah.
Sandy, you're a thunderbringer, sir.
Always, even when I feel kind of crappy.
No, why do you feel crappy? You had a long yesterday.
It's been a very, very long week.
You've just been driving all over Texas for some reason.
Oh, goodness, yes. We can talk about it in the post-show.
Sure. And as always, I want to go ahead and thank our great and gracious fans, be it if you're the ones out there at justin.tv/Bronyville podcast right now, and I'm waving to you, be it if you are watching the video of this, be it if you're listening to this on your podcast devices or however you decide to download this. Thank you all, every single episode. Love you guys. We do it for you. We do it because we love you, and we do it because we like the show. So,
yes.
Anyway, let's do the rundown. BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com is the website. Bronyville@gmail.com happens to be the email address. You can join us roughly every Saturday, noon Pacific at justin.tv/BronyvillePodcast. iTunes reviews. I don't care if it's US, Canadian, Britain, Australian, Zimbabwean, Moon,
Martian
reviews. We love them all, so if you could leave us a review on iTunes, keeps us up there, keeps us fighting against the Chelsea Dailies of the world, so it's very important. Starry now has blonde hair. It's very interesting.
Yes, that is weird.
I know, I'm going to have to show you all pictures, and then she's going to avoid the camera. You can listen to the show on Celestia Radio every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UTC. My Twitter account is at Bronyville.
Mine's at Chef Sandy.
And do you crazy faces have Twitter accounts?
Mine's TechFeck.
TECHPHEK.
My name's in here enough, so you know how to spell it, yeah.
Yeah, just find that. And Mr. Dan?
Mine is is what you'd expect it to be. It's just Kafka Floyd.
Gotcha. Meetup groups. I am part of the Bronies of Northern California.
Mine's Brony's North Texas.
And conventions. The only one I got coming up, 100% confirmed, is Nightmare Nights Dallas, with BabsCon definitely looking like it's going to be something I'm going to roll at.
It's in the same city. It'd be kind of silly if you didn't.
I don't know. Stuff could go haywire. They could do they could heel turn on me.
Oh, that's true.
they could just totally NWO on me, and like, what am I supposed to do?
And then they're gonna bust out Mankind on you.
Oh.
And the sock comes out.
Oh, not Saki. Sako.
Never gonna talk about
Suck it to me, baby.
All right.
It's time
for
to
Bronyville
talk about...
WrestleCast.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Where can we? What conventions are you going to, Sandy?
Nightmare Nights Dallas. And we'll see about the rest.
All right, sounds good. That's and what about you guys? Are you hitting up any? I know Dan said he's going to be all over the planet.
Well, it's just I haven't heard back from BabsCon yet about vendor stuff, so we'll see what happens there. I mean, I've never been to San Francisco before, so I would like to make that happen. Because I've been saying if I go to San Francisco, I'll be part of the Rockin' Me Club.
The Rockin' Me Club?
Steve Miller has the song, "Keep on Rocking Me,"
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "I've been to Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, L.A." And the very last one is Northern California.
Mm-hmm.
So, just an ignominious thing that only I care about. But no, I'd like to do BabsCon. Hopefully they'll get back and I'll be out there as a vendor, and who knows what next year is going to bring.
Yep, the ride. Well, it's not over yet.
Nightmare Nights and everything else too. Sorry, Sandy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that thing.
You're vending. And there'll be all sorts of shenanigans to get up to when there's not dealing. You do follow the convention Twitter, right? So you've seen the vendor hours. So.
I have, yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut out early on Sunday because I got to fly back to Boston. But
yeah, that happens.
But no, it's looking like it's going to be a great show. It's only a month away. You should go. Everybody should go.
Money, though.
Well, it's understandable that you can't go. People in the greater, Dallas-Fort Worth area, definitely you should go.
Oh yeah, and we have no doubt that we'll have a good attendance from the local area with all the various advertising angles that we've worked on. People know about us. I mean, you're working hard,
Mm-hmm. All right, sounds good, everyone. So that is episode 126. Stay around for the post show, and we'll talk about more stuff. No tabletop, I said. Sorry. But that has been episode 126. We will catch you next week for more pony, more talky stuff. So expect that. Till then, sleep well, every pony.
Adios.